So now we had the axle to connect those wheels. The invention may sound very simple to today's engineers. However, it was a major challenge for the engineers of that time to make a axle. What I actually mean is that the axle and the wheel had to be of accurate size. If the axle was small, the wheel would wobble and eventually break down. If the axle and the wheel had not a perfect round shape, then the wheel would eventually got stuck in the axle and could not move further. And if the wheel hole was small and the axle was big, they would actually not fit in. However, the problem was later solved by the invention of process called as smelting. And in this process, the engineers were combining copper and tin, and they were able to make bronze. It was a very hard substance, or I would say a metal, which actually helped the engineers to make a precise tool and build workable axle. The wheel and axle changed the game because now you could move more items over longer distance with lesser force. The wheel and axle inventions coincided with the domestication of horses, cows and birds. For the first time, ordinary people could travel outside the settlement, and it triggered a social revolution across the ancient world. So it's about connections, it's about networks. You can meet people who are producing items, people who are growing items, people who are thinking, people who are creating, and so forth. It's about the interaction that creates the innovation that we have today. It even spread language. Almost all the European Asian languages derived from the Proto-Indo-European are the language spoken by the Central Europe, by the wheel and axle inventors. That is how the axle took the wheel and transformed the history. Horse-powered vehicles dominated the transportation for over 5,000 years. Now the humankind was waiting for the next innovation. Water was a constant enemy underground, and the deeper you went, the greater the challenge. Hand pumps could only raise water for a few feet, and so the deeper they mined, the more men they needed, and the more pumps they needed. For every mine, hundreds of men worked around the clock to stem the flood. But it was a losing battle, and at some point they reached a depth whereby it became just uneconomical to dig any deeper mines. So the mines closed. Other collapsed, costing the lives of countless men. With millions now dependent on coal for heating alone, it triggered a national crisis, and it sparked the interest of an unlikely hero. There was a fame and fortune to be had for any inventor who could build a machine that could efficiently pump water. Thomas Newcomb. He invented steam engine. But Newcomb's machine required so much coal to make it run. It was only really practical near a mine. Nonetheless, people soon began to imagine a world powered by similar artificial machines. Perhaps new machines that could transport us. But if that dream was ever to become a reality, we needed much more efficient, smaller engines.